The Good Person of Szechuan, Night of Comedy, Midnight Madness, and more. Ion LC starts now. Starts now. Hi, I'm Mandy Ramirez. Over the weekend, the drama department put on an amazing play for the public called The Good Person of Szechuan. This play was originated in Germany, so the drama students had to convert the play into English. Thursday was the opening night, and it played through Sunday. Kinley Hoover covered the story and was lucky enough to get an interview with Brown Cardwell about the play.
Person of Szechuan to do.
Well, that's very interesting. I was asking many faculty members plays that they thought were great plays that they might want to see, and several mentioned Brecht and The Good Person of Szechuan. A lot of people teach it, a lot of the students have it in their courses, and it's a very famous play, very famous play. Brecht, in some areas and some cities, Brecht's plays are performed more than Shakespeare.
When you were doing the auditioning, how difficult was it picking the actor to the specific role?
Well, it was difficult because the roles are challenging, and in one way Brecht has characters that symbolize things because it's a parable, but the characters need to have quite a range within that. So we had many experienced people in the theater department who auditioned. We had new freshmen who auditioned, and you can imagine, now this was the first day, this was 28th, so it's their first day at college, the first day of new classes, first day with new roommates and so forth, and then they have to audition. But they auditioned very well. We had a strong group of incoming freshmen, and we had people from other majors audition, and then we have a couple of casting surprises that I'm not going to mention yet.
So going into the opening night, obviously, there's the pre-show jitters. Is there anything that you're already feeling kind of nervous about, or maybe?
No, should I be? now you're going to make me nervous. No, the cast is very well prepared, and they are up for it. The tech people are on top of everything. Now, the interesting thing about live theater, as you know, is that anything can happen.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Very true. Yeah.
And that's, we want what happens always to be a very magical and wonderful experience. And when that happens, both for the audience and for the people on the stage, that's very exciting. And once that happens to you, you want to keep going back and having an experience. But sometimes things do happen. And I was directing and choreographing a big show one time when the power went out. And I felt the blood drain from my face. Luckily, the place had a big generator. And so the lights came on and everything was just fine. But those things you can't predict,
right.
But they're going to carry on.
My last question is for students at LC who maybe want to get into theater, but they're really nervous when it comes to auditioning and stuff. What kind of advice would you give them?
That's a very good question. I think that our audition process is not terrifying. I think it's very supportive for people, and we have some things that people can prepare. We have some things that they don't have to prepare if they don't wish to. I don't think that's anything to be afraid of. And what people are afraid of more than failure, I think, is people are afraid of embarrassing themselves. That's not going to happen. They're not going to be embarrassed or made to feel like they've done something stupid.
Right.
So it's great. We love to see people, and we've had some people that have come out and have said, I've never done this before. And I say, good for you.
On Tuesday, October 19th, LC SAB hosted Night of Comedy. It was located in the ballroom and featured comedians Derek Hughes, Kira Soltovich, and Arvin Mitchell. Lynchburg College is giving a family near the school a home makeover. In turn, that family is remodeling a house owned by the college. It's called Trading Spaces, LC style. The project is inspired by a show that aired on the cable network TLC until 2008. Each team gets 2 days and a budget of $1,000 to remodel a room in the traded home. The event is organized by LC's Office of Resident Life. It is a chance for the school to build a better relationship with our neighbors and teach students an important lesson. If you're around Schule Hall between 1 and 4 on Wednesday, then you certainly saw the beer goggle obstacle course. The event, also put on by SAB, lets you simulate what it's like for you to be intoxicated by driving a golf cart around the obstacle course. The Lynchburg College Choral Union and Choir Concert presented a joint concert on Saturday at 7:30 p.m. in Snido Chapel to benefit the Lynchburg branch of the Blue Ridge Area Food Bank. Admission to the performance was a donation of cash or non-perishable food item. Brandon Gannicott was there and has a highlight of the show. Friday was kicked off with a student recital in Cinder at 1 and ended with Midnight Madness starting at 11 p.m. It was held in Turner Gym and was co-sponsored by RSO, SGA, SJB, and the Hornet Club. During this time, LC students celebrated the official practice time of college sports teams. Speaking of sports, let's head over to the LC Sports Center with Sports Director Justin Pryputin.
What's up, LC? Justin Pryputin here with your weekly update in the world of sports. The women's soccer team beat Randolph-Macon College Wednesday in their last regular season home game by the score of 5-0. Goals were scored by Joni Snyder, Betsy Kwiatkowski, and Katie Santos, with 2 goals being scored by Kristen Melchori. The team then traveled to Virginia Wesleyan Saturday and beat the Marlins 1-0, with the only goal of the game scored by Brittany Klipstein. The LC volleyball team had its senior night on Wednesday as they hosted Bridgewater College. The team said goodbye to Jasmine Murphy, Ashley Stokes, and Michelle Boucher, as it was their last regular season home game. The ladies beat Bridgewater in 5 sets, 25-19, 22-25, 25-22, 18-25, and 15-11. They then traveled to Randolph-Macon Saturday, where they lost in 4 sets, 23-25, 25-20, 25-19, and 25-17. This brings their overall ODAC record to 6-3. The men's soccer team took on Emory and Henry Wednesday and won by the score of 7-0. 7 different players scored for the Hornets, such as Shane Spanninger, Michael Abonizio, Donald Hart III, Michael Venegas, Benjamin Phelps, Darian Cox, and Mustafa Doumbaya. The team then took on Randolph-Macon College Saturday night, where they won 4-0, clinching the regular season ODAC title and the #1 seed in the upcoming championship tournament. Goals were scored by Michael Abonizio, Donald Hart III, Zach Rusk, and Stephen Brooks. The 11th ranked LC field hockey team took on 6th ranked the Salisbury Seagulls Wednesday, where the Lady Hornets lost 5-1, with a goal being scored by Shelly Milks. The ladies came back Saturday for senior night, with it being the last regular season game at home for Jenny Weir, Caitlin Gibb, and Kelly Weincheck. The ladies beat Bridgewater by the score of 4-1, clinching the #1 seed in the ODAC tournament. Jenny Weir had 2 goals and 1 assist, which broke the school's career assist record. Lindsay Leonard and Haley Hartman both added a goal each. Other news and notes: the Texas Rangers and the San Francisco Giants will face off against each other in the World Series starting Wednesday night. #1 Oklahoma lost to #11 Missouri 27-36, and #2 Oregon demolished UCLA 60-13. And the NBA season starts Tuesday with the Heat playing the Celtics and the Rockets playing the Lakers. That's it for your week in sports. I'm Justin Pryputin. Back to you, Mandy.
Thanks, Justin. And now for the look at the week ahead. Here's Chief Forecaster Will Stafford.
Now from the LC Storm Center, here is Chief Forecaster Will Stafford.
Okay, before we get things going this week with a recent snap of colder weather, thought we would look at the average frost days for Lynchburg. On average, the first frost happens on October 9th, so we're well past due for a frost, but don't expect one this week because we're going to see a change in humidity levels. I don't think we'll feel more necessarily muggy outside, but because of the higher humidity levels, our temperatures are going to start to rise this week before cooling off on Friday. Another noticeable difference this week is our overnight lows. Normal low around this time of year is around 41. This week, our lows will be in the mid to upper 50s. The current surface map right now shows some cloud cover over the area. However, as this week progresses, the system out to the Midwest will affect us for much of the week with scattered showers before a system out to the Pacific Northwest clears everything out of here by Thursday. Even though we're in the back nine of the hurricane season, we still have some activity. This is Richard, currently a strong tropical storm expected to dump a lot of rain over Belize and Central America. Forecast models have this going into Central America, then over to the Western Gulf, where it could impact Texas by the weekend. But back closer to home, expect off and on showers this week. Long daytime high temperatures in the mid to 70s, lows in the low to mid 50s. The cool front that we were talking about earlier dries things down and cools things down for Friday as well. We'll see 60s for daytime highs and lows back down to normal. Mandy.
Thanks, Will. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Stay tuned for Level Up. Until next time, I'm Mandy. See you next week, LC.